Hey guys, Kevin here. What I'd like to do in this video is talk about affiliate marketing. Now, one of the decisions that you have to make when you're an affiliate marketer is what product to actually promote. You know, which one are you going to put a banner on your website? You're going to do a review on your blog. You need to think about which products you're going to promote and actually link to on your websites. And it doesn't matter if it's a blog, you know, a general website, a forum, or perhaps just a landing page that you're sending traffic to through pay-per-click marketing. You need to think about what's going to actually convert well. Now, the easiest thing to do for that is really just to promote the products that you believe in. And I've done that in the past. You know, whenever I get something that I love, you know, a WordPress theme, WordPress plugin, any service online, any product, I will tell others about it. But it's kind of bizarre sometimes because, you know, affiliate marketing, it doesn't always go to plan. In fact, it rarely goes to plan. It's a bit of a roller coaster, and you know, I can say to my readers, this is a great product, I recommend checking it out, and it just doesn't convert well. You know, people don't, you know, agree with me and they don't download it or they don't buy it. And it goes the opposite way as well. I've done reviews where I've actually been critical of the product, and yet they've converted well. So it doesn't always go the way that you go, but you know, that is obviously a key decision. You need to think about what you're promoting. But what I like to do in this video is talk about when you should stop promoting a product, because I think that's just as important. You really need to recognise when it's time to throw in the towel, and it isn't always black and white when you should actually do that, because, well, for starters, there's so many factors to consider. You know, first is you can't expect results overnight. You can't expect results, and you need a lot of data in order to make a good decision as to whether you should stop promoting a product or not. You need to look at traffic. You need to look at clicks. You need to look at impressions. You also need to look at the context of the way that you're actually marketing something. You know, you could get a fantastic product. You could do everything right, but you know, even just a few words are wrong on your landing page, it won't convert as well as it should, and that can be the difference between a profitable campaign and one that loses you money. And it's the same with your blog. You know, I've did the reviews where I've just briefly mentioned another product or service. It's unrelated, and just included a link, and it's converted really well. And then there's been others that have, you know, I've spent days producing the article, and I've got zero traffic, or I've got zero conversions, I've got zero sales, which means zero money. But it's not always black and white like that, because perhaps 3-4 months down the line, that article gets linked, someone else recommends it, they link to your article, and then all of a sudden you start getting more conversions. Or perhaps the product has been improved, so people are more likely to buy. There's so many factors to consider, but I'd like to talk about a story that happened this week actually. Last week, Tesla Themes contacted me, and they contacted me about promoting one of the themes. They're talking about you can make money as an affiliate. So I checked out their themes, because they produce fantastic themes. I'm a big fan of the company, and they're rightfully regarded as one of the best WordPress companies out there. You know, they offer good support and things like that, and I've met up with the guys at WordPress camps. So rather than promote one of their paid themes, I checked out their themes last week, and I did a short blog post, a short little post about Grandstand, this little free WordPress theme. It's a very, very nice theme. I highly recommend checking it out. But they contacted me again last week, and they were saying, oh, would you like to promote it and things like that. And they were saying you can put a banner on your website, you should put a widget, you can put it in your newsletter, and they're encouraging me to do all this marketing for them. And I mean, this is the nature of affiliate marketing. When affiliate managers contact you, they're essentially putting all the work onto you. You need to take the risk. You need to go out there and work hard to get your commission, which rightfully so. I mean, you're a salesman, but you really do need some sort of return. And when I checked my stats, I saw that, you know, in 3 years of promoting them, I've sent them 4,742 clicks, and I've earned zero. Now, at first I wasn't going to talk about Tesla Themes, I wasn't going to name them, but I don't think it's really a slight on the company, because I know there are people performing well with them as an affiliate. I know that their WordPress themes are good, they've got a good product, for whatever reason, in the 6 or 7 articles that I've promoted them through theme lists and things like that, they just haven't converted well. So when something like this happens, you do kind of need to analyse what's happening here, because it could be that the traffic I'm sending them isn't targeted. But looking at the stats, it does seem that I've sent them people who are interested in themes, because it's been from theme list posts, it's been from articles about the company, about their themes, and no one has clicked buy yet. And like I say to them, I have to say, the Kate, the affiliate manager there, was really, really polite, really, really professional throughout. And I just say, listen, I've sent you close to 5,000 clicks and I've not made a dime yet, And the thing is, imagine they had to pay for those, that number of clicks on Google AdWords, for example. They probably would have had to pay $5,000 to $10,000 worth of advertising for what I've sent them, if not more. You know what it's like in so dehydrated. You know what it's like in AdWords. It's very expensive to get clicks. So not only am I sending them clicks, but I'm sending them targeted traffic, because what I'm sending them are people who are looking for a theme. But I've not earned anything in return. Now, that's not to say that I'm not going to promote them. If I'm doing any future theme lists, I will definitely link to their themes, because I think if they've got a good theme, I want to share it with my readers. But I'm not going to go out my way to display banners, to display widgets, to display newsletters or anything like that. You really need to examine what is converting and what's not converting. And as I said, you do need to think about all the different factors. That you need to look at the bigger picture. Look at something, like for example, in this incident, I looked and I saw nearly 5,000 clicks and I wasn't making any money. So I started looking at the articles which were sending them traffic, and I started looking at, okay, why are these clicks, why are these people not turning into buyers? And there are lots of other reasons why those people wouldn't turn into buyers as well. It is partly my fault. I think if I did more in-depth reviews of their themes, then they might have converted better. Because in a theme list, if you've got a theme list of 100 themes or 50 themes, and you're basically saying to the person, here are 50 different designs you can check. So the very nature of it is that people will click on the theme that I recommended, included in the list. But if they don't like that particular theme, if they don't like that actual theme that I linked to, some people might look at the other themes, but most people will just click X and go back. So if they don't convert, if they've got a large selection, then a lot of those people wouldn't buy. Now I still think that's a very, very low conversion rate, and it's low enough. I mean, you can't get any lower than 0, but it's low enough that I'm not going to take the risk and spend days writing an in-depth review of one of their themes. They did actually offer me, they can give me one of the themes for testing in order to do a review, but it really isn't worth my time spending all that time doing a review to get 0 in return. There comes a point where you really need to recognise, I've sent them a lot of traffic and I've made nothing in return, so there's no point spending all my time and energy trying to promote something that isn't converting. And it's bad because they clearly are a good company to work for. The affiliate manager is very polite and professional. They're doing all the right things to try and encourage affiliates like me to actually start promoting them to make money. And as I said, I do have to accept some responsibility as far as the people that I'm sending there aren't converting. But 4,742 clicks so far. There is 0 incentive for me to actively promote them. And there are lots of times when I've had this in the past, and you do need to start picking and choosing who you promote and who you don't. From a kind of blogger's point of view, from an ethical point of view, it does put you in a kind of dilemma sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you about that, because there will be times where you will recommend products knowing that they'll never make you money, and there'll be other times you just mention another product knowing that it'll convert better. Now, I always just tell the truth, and if I like something, I'll say it. If I don't, I don't. And I guess that sometimes clashes with the fact that I need to make money from my blog. I think the key thing for this is, as I said, look at the big picture. You need to look at the whole campaign. You can't just close a campaign or just stop working on something and accept that it's doomed from the very start if you don't have enough data. So if you've only got like 100 clicks, or even a couple of 100 clicks, I don't know if that's sufficient enough to say, right, this was a failure or this wasn't. But the more data you have, the more you realise how it converts and how it doesn't. It really is, but you need to think about the bigger picture. You need to think about how much time are you spending promoting this company. How are you promoting it? Are you doing it in, banners, PPC, pay-per-click, newsletters? You need to think about everything. I'd love to hear what you think about this subject, but really this is just something, this video and the article that I'm writing for it is really just to just spark something, really just to give you, start a little conversation about when you should start thinking about perhaps going down a different route. Because when you do all this affiliate work, you are investing a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and it can be frustrating to throw in the towel sometimes and go a different direction. But sometimes that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to just accept that it didn't work. But to go back, I know I keep saying this, but do look at the bigger picture. If you're doing landing pages, look at what can be tweaked, what can be improved. Look at how it compares with similar campaigns with different companies. And if you're a blogger, or if you've got a website and you're including links in your articles, you need to think of the context and how you're recommending these things. Are you recommending someone in a big long article? Is the company or the product just being the sole focus in that article? There's a lot of things to consider. I'd love to hear what you think about this. I'd particularly like to hear from bloggers who have been in this position before, who have done a lot of work, as far as reviews, or perhaps even pay-per-click marketers as well, who've invested a lot of time and money into promoting a company and they're just not seeing a return. Have a think about that, but just, again, don't keep throwing all your energy into a campaign if it's not converting. You do need to change direction and go with something else. So thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Please do click subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care.